Hey guys, Lexus driver here. Welcome to a new video. Now on this video, I'm going to be talking about my favorite Nissan SUV of all time. I've already made my decision and my decision stands. This is the Nissan Armada. Now, the Nissan Armada, we don't actually have this in the Philippines, but I like to say this as my favorite Nissan SUV of all time. So, this vehicle actually won so many awards. This one won Best SUV of 2026. Now, the Nissan Armada, this is Nissan's competitor to the Land Cruiser 250 series. I didn't mention the 300 series because the 300 series, as much as it's big, it's pretty expensive. So I'd rather go with the budget-friendly one. So the Nissan Armada is Nissan's answer to the Land Cruiser 250 series, or should I say the Land Cruiser or Land Cruiser Prado. I oftentimes use these interchangeably. So Land Cruiser or Land Cruiser Prado. So I'm just gonna say it's a Land Cruiser. Though I wish the Land Cruiser Prado would be another vehicle that can be called the Land Cruiser Prado. But anyways, enough about that. Let's talk about this one. So the Nissan Armada. Okay, the Nissan Armada. It's okay. You do get um, you do get three trim levels. Okay, you do get a 4x2 and a 4x4. Oh, 4x4, you do get more trim levels. Um, okay, so I wouldn't go too crazy with the top of the line one. As much as I prefer the Nissan Armada to be very rugged, very rigid for off-road capabilities, especially like I'm pretty sure a vehicle like this can really traverse the Pony Express. Yeah, it did win so many awards. Okay, this is what your interior looks like. I'll show you guys the interior once I reach the galleries. Oh, but as much as that's like a self-driving thing, I wouldn't rely on it too much because this is good. If you're gonna be driving on if you're gonna be driving on on a very long country road. Um, I would recommend this on country roads, highways, freeways, and expressways. But when it comes to city driving, the system won't allow you to do it because you gotta keep your head in the game when you're driving. Yeah, I would totally say this is the best vehicle used to that you can use to traverse the Pony Express. But um, let me know in the comments down below. Apart from the Pony Express, what other National Historic Trail that's very off-road and rugged that would require you to drive a four-wheel drive vehicle? Let me know in the comments down below. I know the Pony Express, but let me know other National Historic Trails in the United States that requires you to use a four-wheel drive vehicle. Anyways, let's get to the gallery. Uh, gallery. Okay, here we go. Um, this is what the exterior looks like. I'm not gonna bother explaining the exterior because it's very self-explanatory. I'm pretty sure it's the size of the Land Cruiser 300 series, but I like to say that it's more from between the Land Cruiser 300 series and the Land Cruiser 250 series. So, even though this is like this is a three-row SUV. I kind of like it. I kind of feel like it's a morphing between the Land Cruiser 300 series and the Land Cruiser 250 series. Anyways, that's the exterior. Now let's get to the interior. Okay, here we go. Ah, okay. Um, the center console. Okay, that's actually your shifter. That's kind of my only complaint about this vehicle because the I feel like the automatic shifter. This kind of reminds me of the Honda Pilot. Uh, I mean, I understand the simplicity, but I feel like it's too simple. You just simply press button. You just press a button to shift gears, reverse, neutral, drive, low gear. In my case, I find it's too simple. I understand the simplicity, but given this is a four-wheel drive vehicle, I feel like a transmission like that is too simple. I kind of preferred the lever shifter. Okay. And as expected, it's a three-row SUV. Yeah, you don't get captain's chairs in this vehicle unless you fold the middle seat. Then you truly do get captain's chairs. But I think this vehicle you don't get captain's chairs unless you go for a higher trim level. And a vehicle like this, I think there is. Yeah, a vehicle like this, you only get three-zone climate control. So kind of like the Land Cruiser 250 series and the Lexus GX, you only get three-zone climate controls like driver, front seat passenger. The rear seat passengers will have to share what temperature you just set, so that way if someone feels uncomfortable, they can change it themselves. Okay, you can sit up to 8 people in this vehicle because obviously it's a three-row SUV. You are gonna be having the driver and seven more occupants. That's eight is the maximum this vehicle can carry. Oh, and you do get a panoramic moonroof, but only the front row and the second row actually has the moonroof. But third row, they're just gonna have to stick with the windows. Okay, so you do get captain's chairs. Okay, this is an eight-seat interior, and this is a seven-seat interior because, as you can see right here, there's actually captain's chairs. So if you go for a higher trim level, then you do get the captain's chairs. Yeah. Okay, so this is what your center console looks like. Yes, this is your shifter. Um, that's my only complaint about this vehicle. I feel like the shifter here is way too simple. I mean, I understand, you just press a button to shift gears, but I feel like it's way too simple. I understand, I know people would really love a simple shifter, but in my case, I feel like this is way too simple. Climate controls, yeah. Okay, so you do get um, off-road off-road settings, like depending on which terrain you're going through, mud, sand, dirt, rocks and boulders. Yeah. Um, okay. I think in this area here you do have a transfer case. I don't know where the what the transfer case is. Okay, so this one here, this is for when you're going to be hooking up this vehicle to a trailer. Oh, okay, so the instrument panel and the infotainment screen, they all share one screen, but obviously it's going to be two screens because one is for the instrument panel, the other is going to be your infotainment screen. Oh, so similar to the Cadillac Escalade. Yeah. Okay, now I think there's a closer look at at the center console. Okay, so this is actually your transfer case. You can have normally your default will be 4 high, but when you're going to be going off-roading, then it's 4 low. Also, there's an auto button. So I think when it comes to so the transfer case, you can have it on automatic, like when you're going to be when you're going to be adjusting to which terrain you're going through, as you can see in the on the dial right here. Or you can operate it manually. Like for example, like if you're going to be driving a lot and you're not going to be traversing terrain and whatnot, you can leave it in manual mode, and then when you're going to go off-roading, then that's when you can shift it to four-wheel drive low range. But you can't rely on the automation too much. You do have to know when to take manual control. You do know when you have to switch it manually. Okay, you do get you do get an all-wheel drive lock button, vehicle stability control off. Okay, yeah, the shifter, as I said, my only complaint, it's way too simple. Oh, I think this is off-road turn assist. That one, I'd say that's for your suspension. Okay, you do get a camera button, because off-road vehicles, you need to have cameras on the front, the side mirrors, and the back, so that way when you're going to be traversing tough terrain, you can check you can check the terrain without having to get out of your vehicle. So I find that's pretty cool with the having a camera button. Um, but these are your climate control. These are your climate controls, and yeah. Oh, and that's every as I said, every new vehicle you have push button start. Okay. Qi wireless charging, cup holders, a glove box. Yeah. Oh, and when you fold the seats, you do get a spacious amount of cargo when you're going to be loading something really big. So yeah. uh, I, okay, that's your massage. Oh, okay. This is pretty cool. So you can have a full picture of how you can park your vehicle, because there is no intelligent parking assist in this vehicle. A vehicle like this, you have to do the parking yourself. But with these cameras, these cameras are very helpful for when you're gonna be parking your vehicle. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, that's it for the pictures of the interior. And I like to give my final thoughts before I end off the video here. Overall, like the Nissan Armada, it's without a doubt this is I would say is really my favorite SUV of all time. It's not really too expensive compared to the Land Cruiser 300 series. Between the Land Cruiser 300 series, the Land Cruiser 250 series, I would really prefer the 250 series, because the 250 series is actually much cheaper and budget friendly compared to the big sister, the Land Cruiser 300 series. But the Armada, since it's won a lot of awards, I would say this really takes the cake for being my favorite Nissan SUV of all time. But anyway, guys, that's all I have for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, and be sure you hit that notification bell so you can stay updated on new content I have on my YouTube channel. But anyway, guys, that's all I have for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye, and have a good day, everybody.